Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Review. And I bet you're wondering what the issue was with starting the stream on time this time. I know what it looks like, but this time it was actually on me, because I had like flight stuff to deal with, so it kind of delayed like our plans, so yeah. But we're here now, and after we debated back and forth on, what to even, do today,
yes,
it ended up making the most sense. Take another look at roommates, I suppose.
I'm just saying, I feel like we should also show a little extra small video in the beginning of this that was just uploaded.
I haven't prepared that small video.
But I mean, I could also screen share.
All right, go on then.
Give me more. I'm making its own little tab.
Well, one of the things that we were debating was, a different channel, which would have made sense more so for this video. But because of something that we're,
I don't think this video will get us claimed. It's 10. So.
No, I don't think it will. I'm not saying it will get us claimed.
Yeah, I know.
All right, well, here we go.
So this is uploaded
Hold on, it says before spin the scene, remove other media. Oh, that's right, because I'm on a different. Oh, because I guess if it's on a different like scene, it can't be added either. Okay, that's weird. Right, here we go.
Anyways, so this was uploaded to the My Street. Crap, what was it called? My Street One Last Time
One
channel.
last time.
Anyways. So yeah, she has stole Jacob's song.
One takeaway from that, yeah.
She has stolen Lifeline, and now everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, the Medium Crow got it from Aphmau." Lies. It was the other way around.
To be honest, I think there's been like enough degrees of separation that people will most likely catch on much more quickly than it would be if like they happen simultaneously. Unlike with like Angel Edits and Rosie Closey coming up with the same idea roughly at the same time, but yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, so my current theory about that is it is going to be we're going back to My Street side stories based off the outfit. Aphmau's
and my theory is that we're going back to D&D based on
because
based on the visual mirroring the what Gareth did, how the side story started out.
So yeah,
which I guess would be quite funny because like it started out with D&D, so yeah, that might
you're gonna get D&D Part 4 probably, you know.
Wonderful to see the return of the Spider King.
Yeah, and you know, although I will say the only major difference between that Aphmau design and the side story design is she's missing her corgi slippers.
I would say the biggest difference is the cloak, personally, but yes, she's missing her corgi slippers. Okay,
that's the only difference. But yeah, so hopefully that comes out soon. I'm excited. I'm so excited to see.
Yeah. So again, if we had chosen to look at an Aphmau episode today, which we were talking about whether not to do the alternates today, that would have made more sense to put out there. As it happens, we're not looking at an Aphmau today, but we are looking at a Minecraft roleplay. And no, it's not Roommates by Sky Media, it's Roommates by Oveq, which we have featured once before.
God, I do think Roommates from Sky Media was actually pretty good. Obviously, the stuff that came out about some people behind the scenes, aka Sky.
Most people behind the scenes. Yeah. Most people behind the scenes. Just at different times. Yeah.
Yeah, but with the whole thing about that, I mean, it does kind of make it a cursed series to review. Although I wouldn't mind eventually. I don't know. It's like, to some degree, absolutely, yeah. I mean, but
I say this because like there's you know the second ever like Minecraft child I followed religiously was Sky Does Minecraft. So yeah, the first one being Paul Sawyer's Jr.
Yeah, but like God, Roommates was so good.
And it's actually thanks to Sky that I even like learned about Aphmau to begin with, as is the case with a lot of people back in the day.
But yeah, so you know.
So someone enjoyed it from last time.
So most likely a version of My Street's coming back, like Side Stories is most likely coming back on the Aphmau channel there. So hopefully that comes out soon.
We've moved on from that. We're talking about Sky Media and Roommates.
Yes. Anyway, I had to mention that. Okay, I'm excited.
So yeah, so back on topic a little bit. Yeah, so this is not from there, but it does obviously episode being about roommates moving in with each other, except that this time they don't actually know each other. So the question was whether or not they would get along. Well, the second episode is appropriately called Getting Along. So let's see how they get along. Without further ado, on with the review.
Hey there.
I haven't seen episode 1.
We here at Limited Studios wanted to plug the exclusive merch.
I'm gonna be honest, that merch is kind of underwhelming.
Oh yeah, well I mean,
that merch is kind of very underwhelming.
I think it's designed to mimic Supreme.
It's only on sale till September 14th. Get it while you can before it's gone forever. There's cool designs like.
Naturally, this video was made years ago, so no one get excited about this.
This and this link is in the description.
Okay, the second one I can
slightly
see.
Better. Yeah.
The first one though, sub to.
Oveq, I don't know the channel's name.
Sub to Oveq. It's kind of dumb. Yeah.
Again, I'm pretty sure it's meant to mimic Supreme. They're being deliberate in their simplicity. That second one there seems to feature. I'm pretty sure those are the roommates actually, which you know after one episode is a bold decision. But then again, the first episode did have 107,000 views. I don't know how quickly that happened. That could have been over the years. It could have been, very rapid growth. I don't know. If it was rapid growth, then that would explain this.
Description. Enjoy the episode.
I'm not even the one losing. Ha! Take that, you salty son of a...
Okay. I forgot to mention the delivering voice acting is not exactly very good in this. Ow! But I'm not the one losing. Take that! I will destroy you. There's a little bit of that going on. Miss Serious was trying to try not to laugh content, and that was on AFMouse channel. The try not to laugh, although Skyler did a bunch of do not laugh videos beforehand. A lot of them featured AFMouse, including the introduction of Midnight. That's where that originated from.
Well, you...
That being said, the Minecraft Storytime videos with Sky Media were on AFMouse channel, and those are the ones that I keep going back to every year for Christmas, mostly.
Oh, yeah, the fat reindeer.
Those honestly feel like D&D one-shots in their presentation.
I mean, yeah, but those are also being read from something, to be fair. They're, like, it wasn't actually
but there are gaps in which for them to improvise deliberately or for prompts, they're searching for silver and then, of course, it became, silvers! And there's sometimes with the marbles, so... You get given a prompt and you work with it.
By the way, guys...
improv in that sense.
By the way, guys, at 5 o'clock on the Butter Bunch on Thursday, the D&D campaign is having another episode.
You know what that means, right? 5 o'clock can come soon enough. 5 o'clock can come soon enough.
Well, that's another day. It's in like 3 days, 2 days. God, no wait,
not as catchy.
No, it's in 3 days. It's in 3 days.
Yes. Okay. All right. So this, it's like there's an exclamation point after every word. I agree with you.
Listen, Vaughn, you don't need to go to a award ceremony now, do you? You could just skip it.
Well, I don't know. He might have been nominated for the award. In that case, he absolutely would like to go.
Nah. You know what's even better than an award show?
Or supporting somebody who was.
Our D&D sessions. Those are better than any award show. You
know something. Actually, there is a story that is somewhat reminiscent of that. Laura Bailey at one point got nominated for some best voice actor award in I think games or something like that. Yeah, and she actually left that ceremony early because Critical Role was starting. So she came in there in full awards and regalia and just casually sat down, and then sometime halfway through, it turns out they were looking at the notifications. Someone did. I think it was probably Sam. And then it was just looking through, and then the news came out, and then they put the phone down. It's like, I'm sorry, someone got robbed recently, which of course implying that Laura did not in fact win the award. But there you go. She was nominated. That's why she was there, but she left early because,
Listen, Vaughn, it's still impressive that you won, okay? It's
impressive that you won. They told, it's actually kind of that they told you that, but it's impressive that you won. I don't know what the award is for, but still.
No, I think the award ceremony was already pre-established. It's not like the Oscars where it's a bunch of nominees. I think they're just we're doing a award ceremony for this team who won hockey.
I've been in a couple of nebulous award shows because at one point there was an award show that I attended that they didn't tell me what it was that I had won, but I knew it was something because not everyone. It was from my secondary school. It was they were presenting awards for different subjects or something. They told the people who had won the awards for certain subjects, but they didn't tell people who won the special awards, which were aligned with those subjects. And so you just kind of were there being okay, you're about to attend the ceremony, but you haven't won anything. It's oh wait, no, psych. Actually, yes, you have.
But yeah, Vaughn, Vaughn, it's great that you won. You should totally go, but also you should totally skip to watch the D&D session.
What do I come to? We're talking about award ceremonies, I guess.
And trying to convince Vaughn to skip the ceremony so he can watch D&D this Thursday on the Butter Bunch at 5 o'clock.
He'll check out the awards anyway. It's fine.
Remember, it's at 5 o'clock on Thursday, guys. Check it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the views. The views.
appreciated. Well, I say appreciated. It's obviously like it's your channel too. So yeah, of course. Although let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go start talk about views and back to the review, and let's see what's going on.
Go to bed. You've been yelling for hours. There
Yes, yelling. That's what you've been doing.
are other people trying to sleep.
There are other people trying to sleep. Look.
Oh, was that meant
I
to be
think that was-
mocking?
That was meant to be mocking. That was meant to be. Oh.
It didn't come off as mocking. It's like it's not. It sounded like she was just repeating that line she just said in her normal tone. People are trying to sleep.
It's an award of recognition. Now I'm just picturing an award that just says "Senpai noticed you."
Oh my god.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, why does the word award look like it's missing a letter? Just my brain. I don't know. I don't see it personally, but I mean, who knows?
What I want when I want. Mind your own business.
Well, do whatever it is you're doing quieter.
I mean, she's already quiet as a mouse, but okay.
Yeah, a please might have like helped in that situation. She was in the right, but still. And there's the pan down shot. Wow, bed right next to the wall. Which, by the way, does show that you can film, Minecraft characters in close-ups in confined spaces. So I don't know what my passions deal was.
Mm-hmm. Also, side note about that sound effect. That sound effect was a digital clock, and the clock used was not a digital clock.
Yeah. I was saying I made that comment before, but actually it was on a Gacha review that I made that comment because they still like because like the bumps inside, like the Mickey Mouseies, they're bells. That's why they make a particular sound. Yeah. Also, looks like the video's a bit out of sync on my end.
And you said I couldn't win as an Inkling main.
You can't.
Oh, come on! I was so close.
Why were you looking away mid game? I'm just saying that's not smart. It's Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, or probably whatever the equivalent is in their world. They've got fruit hoops here, so I'm guessing that Smash Bros probably has a different name of some kind.
Listen, I'm just saying, as a Kirby main in Smash, I could say Kirby is the best character, and he will destroy you all.
Well, as a former Sky Does Everything fan, I will default to saying Little Maggie Dubbit. Little Maggie Dubbit, Dubbit, Dubbit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know if that's true or not. That's just what they said all the time. Yeah.
You ready for another round? I'm ready to wipe the floor with you again.
Look, I'm just rusty. I'm going to get a break, though.
If you say so.
Oh, come on, Ice. I love yelling in monotone.
Oh no, I'm yelling so loud. My anger is so out of control with this tone. I am just so angry. It's so irrational. How dare you?
Morning.
How long have you been out there?
Long enough to see that I can wipe you out in Super Mash Bros.
Super Mash Bros.
Super Mash Bros. What one word difference, I guess. Like one letter off.
Obviously, Super Mash Bros. Has like a potato character too. Like there's like a potato themed character.
Absolutely.
Not too much of an accomplishment.
I pictured immediately not that like the Smash Bros music of as the potatoes there, and then it says in the background like hash brown will take you down. Da 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 da. I am woman, hear me, Mash Bros. I think that was a thumbnail we used at one point. Was Dolores was Umbridge with the theme song "We'll watch over all your children's."
One could.
He almost took you out. You aren't really the one to talk here.
I was letting him. But what's everyone up to today?
Well, I was thinking that groceries would be important.
Also, I do enjoy the skins for the most part. There is one beef with the skin style I hate though.
Okay.
The skin is textured. It looks
Yes.
awful. Aphmau did
Okay.
it. It looked awful then. Why is Aaron's skin textured? Why is Vlad's skin textured? Why is his... I hate it. This is an awful style. Just make it a solid color. Please. God. That's all I ask.
It is all I ever asked of you. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Skin normally does have texture, but then again, it's also like how you don't want to give like skin textures in like 2D drawings, for example, or even 3D ones to some degree. You know, depending on like what detail you want to go for. The closer you get to human consistency, the more the uncanny valley kicks in as well. So you got to be careful with that in terms of designing stuff. Think about how, for example, Thing 1 and Thing 2 from The Cat in the Hat. Remember when they're brought into live action, what they looked like? They were accurate, but they were scary.
Oh god, the Thing 1, Thing 2 terrified me as a child. Their live action counterpart terrified me. I'm like, oh god.
I am not the least bit surprised about that. Yeah. They put in hyperistic skin. Yeah, just cue the SpongeBob sound. Yeah, just that. Anyway.
I have cereal for every single meal of the day.
I was thinking.
How long have they been roommates? I mean, it seems like this their first like morning together.
About looking for a job.
Funny you say that. I've actually got.
Wait, you're renting an apartment and you don't have a job? Oh god.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily uncommon. You want to be like in a location first and get a job near said location rather than scoring a job first and getting a location somewhere else. So I get that from that perspective. Not to mention also, given what we just discussed, that's kind of the order.
Do you know how expensive rent is, though? Rent, even if you're splitting amongst several people, is several hundreds of dollars. Yes.
Yes, Aiden, I know.
Listen, I'm just saying, imagine you went to Spain, you didn't have a job at the time of going to Spain, and even if your parents gave you enough money for 1 month's worth of rent, that's still a dangerous game if you don't get a job within that 1 month time period.
No, that is true. Yeah, so there's obviously the risk either way. If you get the job first and then need the location, if you get the location first and then need the job. So there's no real like right answer in that situation. But yeah, I mean, but again, that's the order that we're doing things in for our thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Brings you a long way.
Well, Daddy got dough.
And that's without considering work visas, which I can talk about with you.
Daddy got dough. Based off the universe we're in, do you really think work visas are a thing? People bought a house within a day. They looked within a day.
Maybe honestly, maybe Rouen is part of the European Union. We just didn't know.
All I'm saying is they opened a restaurant within. They opened a restaurant within like 3 to 4, like a few weeks of planning.
That's not got to do with visas.
Oh no, I'm just saying the realism in that world is not there. I'm just saying they pull things together really fast for some reason. Yeah. That should take months to years to do.
I suppose. Just to stay away from the Minecraft Haunted series. Is that mad about the Minecraft skins? I thought probably the Haunted series is old enough that it will most likely get a pass, but we'll see.
I just don't like the skin styles.
I'm pretty sure that the Haunted series was produced before HD skins were a thing, if I remember correctly.
Shush! I already told you I was giving him easier treatment.
Oh look, there's another. No, I forgot he has a Supreme shirt, so yeah, I guess they're trying to mimic that for real. And off he goes.
Looked like you were in control for most of the fight, well, at least the one that I saw.
Yeah, I was dominating.
Sure. So, what type of groceries are you grabbing?
My own. I don't know what you guys want.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, I'm like, I don't know. You pay for your own groceries.
Well, you like to ask me about like what meals I'm gonna have sometimes when I randomly mention I'm gonna grab some lunch. I don't always know the answer to that either, but you still ask me.
Okay, yeah, but we don't live in the same house, and I'm not asking you to pick me up food.
Neither were they technically. It was implied, but they didn't directly say it.
For all of us.
Good point. I'm gonna start getting ready for the interview though.
When you don't have a job, but you're renting an apartment.
Guys, come here.
What?
Again, it's not like it's not the most bizarre thing in the world.
Dangerous
Again,
game.
what is up, you guys? A little update on the moving situation. I moved into a new place. I mean, it's pretty
Are you
horrible
filming in
overall,
the
but it's
bathroom? Why in the bathroom?
Okay, to be fair, bathrooms have really good acoustics, so I understand it.
Yeah, but you're filming your face. You have to hold your camera up pretty high to be like, "Hey guys, I'm totally not sitting in a bathroom. Don't worry."
Well, if he wants to hold it high up, they might see the toilet right next to him.
support the Please Fund Me page. I can move into a better place.
There you go. Please fund me, as in, again,
Go
another.
fund
Like,
me.
not one letter off this time. It's one word off. So they're getting more creative, I guess.
And get to my travel videos and photography as quick as I can.
Is he vlogging?
Did you fall in? You've been in there for a while.
Will you
No, he hasn't. He just went in there right now.
shut up?
When-
I'm trying to record something.
Yeah, and I'm actually trying to do something with my life.
What?
Ooh, savage!
While I've
It's always a very ironic perspective coming from a YouTuber, a video made by a YouTuber. But yes, fair enough.
to get my stuff done here because you jerkwads decided to give me the room with 2 AC units.
You were the
What-
one that picked
what-
that room, buddy.
What's wrong with
That is true, yeah.
units? Excuse me, I like the room being
They
cold.
make noise, Aiden. Again, acoustics.
white noise. Oh, he's doing it for the sound. Oh, I thought like sleeping is nice though. Sleeping is nice
What?
when
That's what acoustics means. Anyway. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's doing it for the sound, but also he did in fact pick the room because last episode he wanted the biggest room on purpose. And but all the rooms are the same size. Just like he chose the one that he thought was best. So now he's blaming on them. So yeah.
I couldn't get any sleep last night. They were on all night.
Oh
My
no,
room was near
so
freezing.
it's not about acoustics. It's about the room being cold and loud. Okay, as someone who recently bought an AC unit for his room because my room gets super hot, I can say the white noise is awesome. And 2, get a
Not
thicker
everyone's,
blanket. I like cuddling in a blanket in a cold room. It's comfortable, sir, and it's the best way to live. How dare you? I'm offended.
Okay, so there's a couple of things. One, in this situation, you most likely are able to turn the AC off. Most AC
Yeah.
units will have like a remote or buttons on them that can accommodate for that. But I guess being spoiled, he might not know that because this is the spoiled character. He got kicked out by his parents and is now and under promise that he would actually like get a job and sort his life out. So he is in the situation, kind of experiencing tough love right now for the first time, so he might not know these basic things. That's probably why. But yes, for anyone else in the situation, if you ever had a noisy AC unit you don't need, you can turn it off.
It sounded like a plane was taking off. One of you probably should set the temperature super low or something.
Wouldn't that just make the AC go more? Because they'd have to make the
Yeah.
temperature lower.
I mean, maybe this is implying that the AC unit for the whole apartment, but the whole apartment is in his room.
But that would be ridiculous. Why would we have 2 AC units in one singular room when because if you
For the
close the
whole
door to that
apartment.
room, if you close the door to that room,
Yeah.
it's not gonna. Or it implies a universal remote for all AC units, which would also be ridiculous. That's not how those things tend to work.
What he's talking about. Oh, leave me alone, dude. I just need half an hour. I got some
Yeah,
updates to do,
I
and
have
then I'm
I have the acoustics.
Half an hour for vlogs is quite crazy.
You
I
know,
say
you-
that having filmed Walking Wednesday for half an hour.
You
several
did
times
just,
before,
didn't
but I mean,
you guys
yeah.
just move to the apartment? Can't you just be like, hey, can we switch rooms? Can't you just ask them that? I mean, that would seem like a pretty simple solution because you just moved
That
in.
is-
I assume they wouldn't have got all their stuff in, or at least to a point where it's impossible.
That is
to
true,
change
but
rooms.
that is true, but you see that would imply admitting he's at fault or doesn't know how to work an AC.
fine. Then I'm going to do a Q&A on
Almost.
my story, and then
Are you that self-centered?
Sam, maybe just settle for a shout out.
Hey, look, fan interactions are important. I get that aspect at least, but yes, he is self-centered.
This guy's got like 44 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
That is ludicrous, actually. If he had that many monthly listeners on Spotify, he would not need to move out and get a job. Let's put it that way.
Wrong, Drake.
Okay, right, got it. Oh yeah, we didn't actually I didn't think we learned his name last episode. So yeah, I guess his name is Drake. Good to know.
Come on, dude.
Here, got the right one. He's got like 60 million followers.
Still the wrong Drake.
Is that Drake Bell?
If you come out now, we'll let you meet a girl that I think would match pretty well with you.
Yeah, because you're all Rule 63s of each other except for Savannah.
Now?
Right now. I think I heard her name was Rose. Go get him, Tiger.
Oh, the irony, because roses have thorns. Got it.
Will you shut up?
Right away, Captain.
What?
Wow, salted ghost kitty. Is there a thing for that? Oh, little spoon rich boy from troubling people who are going to be his servants or something. I'm going to adopt him. Then you'll be his servant. That's not good.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that.
Hey, do you happen to know a Rose?
Yeah, she's my roommate. Do you want me to go get her, or...
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. We don't have the character in this scene. So there are what I'm noticing here, because we were talking about before about like, you know, saving like film saving techniques. What I'm seeing so far is that a lot of these are done in close up, which means that you could technically, you know, like do them without the presence of the others in the room if you do the effects like that, or I guess in this case just put a door in front of someone so you have to move them around.
I mean, true, but I do quite like I do find from a cinematography standpoint, like I do see even with Gotcha having a wide shot or like a shot of multiple characters on the screen to establish their multiple characters on the screen.
Oh, I'm not saying do everything. I'm not saying do everything
Yeah.
in one shot. I'm saying if you have multiple NPCs, you don't have to switch them out consistently. If you decide to film by person when you're doing the close-ups, when you're doing like when you're doing like the wider shots, that's a different story. But that will help save time.
What?
Hey, I ain't gotten the
And
chance to
resources.
meet you yet, and I wanted to say hi. My name's Drake. I live next door with those idiots. What about you?
Are you going to keep wasting my time?
He didn't point at the door, so him saying those idiots like that does not help.
Or are you going to tell me what you want?
I just told you
What do you really
I was
want?
here for. You just wanted to meet my neighbors.
Bold of you to assume I wanted to meet you.
Look, I promise you, I'm a lot better than those idiots in my room.
I don't know. You're not really selling it. I'm gonna be honest. You're kind of making yourself look horrible, like just calling them idiots. I don't know.
Probably not. I mean,
You're
it
not
is
really
good,
gonna
it is
sell
good
it
with
well.
establishing that the cranky characters don't immediately get along because they're both cranky. Because yeah, cranky people are cranky at each other.
Go and grab a coffee or something. I'd love to get to know you.
Aw, thanks.
I don't
would
think
say
she
the
wants to
same,
get to know you.
but I've got standards.
Oh my gosh. My love.
What?
So he's Travis. Good to know. Yep.
Listen,
Well,
he
he
just
should
likes
be
being
busy.
rejected. It's his thing.
That is not that is not Travis, because Travis is not like rejection.
For a bit, they're perfect for each other.
Rejection hurts Travis physically.
I'm gonna hop in the shower. I don't want to miss this interview.
All right. Me and Owen will just be out here, I guess.
I'm just gonna go here. KW's already left. Oh well, never mind. Ponies reference.
Cool. Good plan.
Yo, it's Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
My
Rainbow
brain
would be
goes.
something in this guy. Yeah.
God, I want you to write a character with the voice of Rainbow from one of your shows now.
Hmm. I mean, we can have one for the one that we just
Yeah.
have been doing today.
Grocery list
Yo,
is
it's
so-
Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Boring, but sure.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Gaston. I don't know. Yeah.
What are we saying?
God, I feel, but you
Mhm.
can't really sing in that voice.
Can I not?
Yo, what's up? Oh, ho, ho, you're all hoes or something.
to quote John Cena, are you sure about that?
I don't think you could sing in that voice.
Let me try something. We saw what happened to Blaze. There have been fewer darker days, but we sure haven't had 'em. Hi, Mr. Gavin. Yeah, it works.
Oh, God. Yo, it's Rainbow.
Yeah, see, okay, here's the thing. For everyone watching this, when you want to sing in a particular character voice, think about like that character's vocal range, because that will determine. Because if you try to like, if I tried to sing that song in like the original key of like "We saw it up into blaze," like that would not work. But because I changed the key, suddenly it matched. Like that's how you would that's how you do that.
Everybody in the live chat, if you haven't added a like to Jacob's most recent song, do that.
I guess since the topic came up, sure. Why not? Yeah.
And also add
example,
a comment.
by the way.
Add a comment if you haven't commented on that. We must
that song. That song is a good example, by the way, of me singing in character, but based on like different vocal ranges that the characters would have.
So what happened to Blaze?
Yeah.
We've been through a
Should we all
darker.
run and hide? Like immediately afterwards for Zayn. And obviously for Kawaii Champ's like way up. Yeah.
God.
Oveq's character sounds like he's going through an emo phase. Meanwhile, outside he looks like your average white American boy. I guess a lot of
it's your average white American boy.
Let's see, we've got cereal and milk, but what else? We're on a budget, so probably pick up 1 or 2 bags of rice or beans in bulk. That can make a lot. Are you even listening?
10-piece chicken nuggets, small fry, oatmeal.
He's trying to do the maths, isn't he?
Whipped cream, cheeseburger.
By the way, his arms look very thin.
Kids meal, small vanilla cone.
Why waste my breath?
All right. Well, what we need in this situation is probably a bit of music, to be honest.
Go pick up some stuff I ordered. I'll be back in a bit.
No acknowledgement. All right. The switch. I can turn the lights off. I can submerge myself in darkness.
Pikachu.
Or I can stare in her room and I guess probably sabotage her games as revenge for last night. Maybe that's what we're going with.
She's annoying. Now that she left, I can give her what she deserves. If she wants to keep me up all night, I can keep her up all night.
Yeah, there we
I can get rid
go.
of that computer first, have her panic about it, then I can take down her posters.
What? Don't steal her computer. That's awful.
Yeah, if anything, just like if you want to find some hidden posters or something, there's a precedent for that in roommate situations.
Well,
but
no, don't.
Not the computer.
That's all.
Not the computer.
Oh god, if that computer ever gets found or is broken, you're gonna have to pay her like what, $500? God, probably more.
Minimum. Yeah, depends.
And then I can.
Hey, do you know why there's a guy passed out in front of our door? I think I heard him mumbling your name.
Oh my gosh! Do you ever leave the house for more than 2 seconds? It's like you're allergic to the sun.
I would
I mean, you're also still here.
leave if
Also,
I wasn't
you-
so unconscious.
You are also in her bedroom. I wonder why she's not questioning that immediately. Be like, "What are you doing in my room, man?"
Yeah. That being said, I think Rose so far is probably the most competent voice actor we've had, or at least the one who required the least direction. Because I will say, in all these situations, the voice actors might not always have all the clues. It's up to the director to realize that there is an issue. So that's more of where the blame should lie for the deliveries in this.
Name outside of our door. Why were you in my room anyways?
Yeah.
I was
That's what I immediately questioned. I was like, "What are you doing in my room?"
I wanted to see your limited edition One Direction poster, obviously.
Do you even have a car?
Shut up.
Even though she's clearly the Caitlyn. in
Wait,
this
she didn't.
situation.
You didn't
No.
even answer while she was in her bedroom. You didn't
No.
even answer her. She didn't even.
Okay?
She'll probably get worse.
We've talked to her like 3 times. Give her a chance.
Weren't you up all night? Weren't you keeping
Yeah,
everyone up
also-
all night? Okay.
No, she's the one keeping her up all night. Yeah, so that she's the one that would have to give a chance.
Happy
But
birthday
yeah.
on being the world's
No, don't think Savannah, a bit of a favorite character whilst with Drake. I think, yeah, Savannah was like the clear favorite in episode 1 from that review. So I concur on that one at least.
most entitled in each of those conversations.
I can
Aside from the gaming part, you probably should have noticed that she was being too loud.
hear you.
Good.
If you guys wanna
Can
be
you
close-
hear her? She sounds like a mouse.
Well, I mean, she was yelling last night. Don't you forget?
Oh yeah, she was yelling really loud.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that-
So from a
that's
character
why-
perspective, Savannah's the best. From an acting perspective, not so much.
To you.
Oh,
Oh,
that's why she's been so quiet, because she was yelling and they didn't want to blow everyone's watching the video's eardrums. So they turned
it's
her
also there's a thing
down.
called sound manipulation that means that you don't have to do that.
They definitely just turned her down a little too much. Obviously, that's what happened. Totally not a fight, yay. You know, by the way, this girl is giving original like Shorty episode 5 energy from the Moon Girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I am Thanos.
Yeah, Shorty episode 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
He stopped being a jerk to me. I'd stop being a jerk to her.
Well, I mean, you're also kind of being a jerk, however, by keeping them up.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
I do like how we're going with, you know, like people who don't know each other like might be incompatible for these reasons, and this is like a classic thing of like everyone from their perspective is the one that everyone is against, and therefore no one like seems to agree in that aspect. That is a very common thing that happens. Even when like close friends move in, that's why Kaden never moved in with like Nicole or Lucinda, because she knew that they would just like fight constantly. That is exactly what. I mean, not that her and Kawaii are much better, but they were, you know, an improvement.
Is this
a wind pod? I found a pair laying around. And you can have one in your ear during the interview. And
a wind pod? Okay, that's definitely another.
We love AirPods.
I guess that's what. Yeah.
Call us. Then we can help you ace the interview.
We're doing what now?
Can't you just get the interview like a normal person?
Yeah, he didn't say that he was like he was super unprepared. I don't, if I recall correctly. So he should have been all right on his own. But you know, if Owen wants to help him, he's probably not going to be that good, to be honest.
Appreciate the attempt, but I'll pass. That's gonna be a lot to explain if they see me with just one in my ear or whatever.
No, I insist.
Also, I think the interviewer would find it rude if you're walking in with AirPods, potentially playing music in one of the AirPods during the interview. I feel like the interview.
We're professionals.
Are you?
Well, you will be once you get the job, but technically.
Speak for yourself, Owen. Oh, maybe don't do that either.
Also, Ghosty's not here, but you know the guy wearing that jacket, like the brown jacket with like the fluffy stuff? You know what he looks like? America from Italia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do recognize that, yeah.
When I get there.
Heck yeah. All right, we need a game plan. Are we going to go for the confident and smooth the guy worker, or the quiet but very skilled?
Smooth the guy worker? I'm going for the do the line again, please.
I hope you know that he 100% isn't going to give us a call.
He isn't that much of a jerk. He still hasn't called.
Told you he wouldn't. It's a stupid idea.
Hey, are you calling me stupid?
He's just now noticing?
Most people are.
The idea is stupid. Sam's gonna value getting a job over putting up with a dumb idea. If he gets caught taking...
And he also has the satisfaction of doing it by himself as well. You know, as much as the whole "me and my partner Owen" is like one good thing, but you know,
job advice with wind pods, and guess what his employment status will be?
Hired?
The exact opposite of that.
Fired.
I mean, well, you can't be fired. You can't be fired if you weren't hired.
Well, let's see what happens.
I got the job.
There we go.
Quick? Damn, dude.
I literally got hired in the spot. All I had to do was lie about being proficient in Microblock Word and Moogle Calendar.
Oh God, I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't know if that's a great idea lying about that proficiency.
No, that's going to come back to bite him very quickly.
You never called us. What's the reason for that?
I forgot about it, and my phone was dead, and I haven't paid my phone bill yet, so I can't make calls. And
okay, that's some good comedic timing. Also, interesting angle here.
I'm gonna take this call.
Wait, he had it in.
What?
The wind pod, so he couldn't have forgotten about it. He had been using the pod.
I mean, a lot of people, you know, just like wear headphones or iPods and stuff in there, or wind pods in this case, and forget they have them in. That's a common thing to happen.
How's he getting calls if his phone's dead and out of service? He's giving us 3 2s, and they're all adding up to 8.
Owen, look. He didn't want...
You know what? I like the fact that he actually gave numbers that. Well, actually, no. It would have been funnier if he actually gave numbers that as then actually did add up to 8, or in this case 6. And they were like, "Wait, that does work."
I'm gonna risk the position, so he didn't call, and now you're trying to make him feel bad and look like the jerk. Just drop it.
Fine.
So characters for Owen seems to be, dumb but means well. Can relate to that character archetype from other stuff.
Hey, any one of you dogs seen where my wind pods are?
Dogs now? Okay. I guess we know where they came from. Okay, if he'd actually had something in his ear, that would have been like a good visual. Because we could see, but anyway.
Sam!
Yes?
Do you happen to know what happened to my wind pods?
Well,
What?
you see, these two...
Ha!
If you don't mind me, I'm gonna go on a quick jog.
Yep.
Hey, Jerkwad! Get back here! Hey!
Okay, he tried to shout there.
Hey, just a quick...
It's kind of a bad sign that the best actors are the ones doing the antagonist roles, or the antagonistic characters. I don't know.
Quick reminder, we do have merch on sale until September 14th,
Okay.
so that's in like
Is this episode
8
over?
days from this uploading, so you got like a week.
I guess. I like, it's a great we've got a reminder of merch, at the beginning and end of the episode, I guess.
And
When the main
it's
girl
gonna
gets
be
merch,
like,
we're gonna start doing that probably.
something like a red box
Remember,
right
guys,
here.
too, it's Mutant Girl merch. Ooh, not right now.
Remember,
But...
everybody, be sure to check out the Mutant Girl merch. It's going to be a link in the description. Go ahead and check it out, everyone.
God, Mutant Girl
This is the
merch
last time you're gonna-
happens when, okay, just saying, when Mutant Girl merch becomes a thing, I'm buying some. Okay,
All right.
I'm buying some.
I'll get
Okay,
something like this. You want?
It'd be
you want
awesome.
the brand I can't name, or else I'll get into copyright troubles on my branding or whatever.
Yes. I wonder why. Which brand you're talking about? The one that was clearly the inspiration from the beginning.
However you word that. This is your only chance to get it. Get it now. Get it as fast as you can. There's never it is never going to be sold officially ever again. So get it while you can. I know my watch time or my watch retention just dropped down as soon as I started an ad at the end of the video, but like
Yeah, because you had one at the beginning. You were perfectly fine otherwise.
anyways, to the outro, thank you to Rania for editing parts of this video and Lex for doing the ad at the start of the video. Okay, bye.
All right. Oh, and I guess the outro is just no music. Okay. All right. I was
wait,
expecting something a bit more
was there
dynamic.
even music
Okay.
in the episode, actually? Now I'm thinking about it. I don't think there's music in the episode at all.
I thought there was at the beginning, but I might have just been hallucinating that.
I don't remember music throughout the episode, like especially that last scene with all the silence. I don't think there was.
Oh no,
music.
well, there were other scenes that were like mostly silent as well. Oh no, I remember the first episode. The first episode had music at the beginning. Yeah, that is one thing that's missing out. I remember that Afmal said something like back in the day during one of her live streams that from her recommendations, she recommends like having music in every single scene, which is not. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do see where she's coming from in terms of having something in the background at the very least, just to like be like a little bit easier on the ears. That does go a long way, I guess.
I mean,
especially if the actors
like,
are like, sucking people in, let's say, in terms of their performances. You want.
I mean,
something
for me, my whole thing of music is I like to add it, but I tend to make it semi-quiet, where the music is just kind of there, but it's I'm mostly having people get invested in the sound effects / voice actors.
Yeah, that's what an underscore is. So yeah, that is true. It's, I'm not saying it has to overpower necessarily, but
I know like the
it's
mutant girl,
enhance.
the mutant girl tends to like have the music feel more pivotal, or more noticeable. Like I tend to go semi-low with the music.
Yeah, that's partly because I'm not so good at volume control, but partly also because there's like my emphasis a lot of the time is like on music that will like either fit the scene or like big particular like leitmotifs and stuff. So it does depend. Sometimes it's a case of just underscoring something. A lot of the time it isn't. So yeah, music goes kind of like back and forth. But if you do want like something very simple, yeah, honestly, go the Afmal direction and have a couple of things in there that are just essentially just for the background, even if they are repeated ad nauseum like they were at the beginning days of My Streets.
Oh yeah, no, God, they were really repeated.
Yeah. And that's why we've used some of the Aphmau music in the past. Partly because it's copyright free, but partly also because
like
it works.
I have like a whole like folder of Fallen Angel music, which is like over 20, maybe like 25, 30 different files. Granted, some of those some of those are more specific stuff where it's like you have like action music, which like I have some like rock tracks I pulled off YouTube copyright library. You have some more somber like chill tracks I use for most scenes. Like Forest Lullaby is one of them I use a lot. I do quite enjoy that one.
My method is I'll save music in folders based on series. So if I remember I've used a series a piece of music in a series before, I remember where it is, or I just have like the albums of Chris Geddes and I know which ones I can draw from. So yeah, to each their own system as far as file storage goes. But yeah, overall, just having something there is the real important thing.
Yeah, but overall thoughts of this episode, kind of boring actually.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I do like how we're starting to explore like how the roommates are interacting with each other, because we kind of like met them all at once very quickly, so we didn't get a chance really to do that. Like we're starting to develop character dynamics, and that's what you want for a roommate series. Like I said before, my favorite aspect of My Story Season 1 is Aphmau, Ken, and Kawaii-chan as roommates together. You could argue the same for Garth, Dante, Lawrence, and Travis, but to a lesser extent, to be honest.
They weren't really emphasized too much in season 1. I mean, I would argue, Caitlin, Aphmau, and Kawaii-chan as roommates weren't really emphasized that much. By the time we got to like the middle of the season, we kind of like that as an emphasis kind of petered out completely.
Yeah, sure. But eventually went on into more so the misadventures of like the different people. But what I'm saying is that in comparison, like in between those two, relatively speaking, yeah, like that aspect is one of my favorite things overall in the series, whether or not it was maintained
I feel like
the
voice acting isn't here, or like the voice acting quality isn't here.
Oh, we're going back to the video now. Okay, fine. I'll finish that point. So yeah, okay. So yeah, but that is true. The voice acting here lackluster. Like even last episode had the same issues. There were a few outliers here. Drake at times and Rose at most times.
Honestly, the Caitlin-like character, Caitlin-like characters, I feel like it's the only voice actor out of this whole cast that I actually really like.
That was Rose, so yeah, I guess we've came to the same conclusion on that.
Like, I feel like Rose is the only decent. I don't know. I feel bad because, like, I'm sure everyone's trying, but everyone else feels either too quiet / shy, or just like not enough emphasis or acting is being put onto it. I don't know.
Yeah, like a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit to do with the acting, but mostly it is a direction thing, because voice actors do still need guidance at times, especially if they are beginners. They do sound like they're beginners, so they're going to need to be able to either like get over their inhibitions, which is part of like a thing that's mostly on them to be able to find a way to internalize. But the director facilitates that and also gives them more concrete direction in order to actually like bring out the best performance, because that is the vision needs to be
also there are a few missed opportunities here. Like, for example, during the episode we set up the fact that the guy is going to go to an interview. We set that up.
Yes.
He went to the interview, and then we just kind of skipped over that and just cut back to later after the interview. I kind of feel like we should have had an interview scene or an interview cutaway gag or something, because like it's just like one of those things where it's like it feels like we set up something that should have at least had a scene, and that we didn't even get a scene. It just kind of got, and like I guess the sets are decent. But at the same time, the sets are also kind of boring because it's just kind of like white walls and a kitchen. So like visually speaking, I feel like since we're staying in these same two locations the whole episode, it's kind of boring location wise. Like the voice acting isn't carrying it. The writing is just kind of
it depends. I mean, as far as setting goes, sometimes that's unavoidable, because in this situation, that is like you wouldn't have something that's like super furnished, especially if you're renting an area. I mean, again, emphasis here.
I mean, yours is
there is an episode. There is an episode of this TV show called Porridge, actually, which is a 1970s BBC comedy that's set in a prison. So of course, the prison setting is not exactly the most visually appealing place that you can imagine. and most of the show takes place inside that area, obviously different locations, except for one episode, which I think it's called like A Quiet Night In or something, which is only 2 characters in one room together for the entire episode, and they have to carry that. So when you don't have anything else to rely upon, it's even so far as music, because that series doesn't have much music in the background anyway, because live action stuff rarely does. Then it becomes a case like you need something to carry that, and it was the performances and the character dynamics involved, and of course the jokes as well, because it is a comedy. So yeah, but in this case, again, obviously comes down to direction to help push that. So I guess it all comes back to like the same general issues, like all spiraling from the same location.
This episode just felt like a massive nothing burger to me, though. It was a
little bit. Again, character dynamic wise, it at least like helped further that.
It tried a little bit,
Rose a little bit.
Oh, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Like, we didn't get to meet all the roommates properly. Like the other 2 girls in the dorm.
That was last episode.
The other two girls, we didn't get to meet them.
Well, no, this is episode 2. Remember, we met them last time. I mean, the thing I said about last time is actually the meeting between everyone, because there are 8 characters, was rushed in some situations, including with the girls. I do at least like I just like that. In terms of the conflict, there's one girl like hates conflict particularly. She said so beforehand. They're trying to stay out of things, so it makes sense for her to have taken them to have been like sidestepped a little bit. And also, I said previously that if you have a large cast of characters, you're going to end up wanting to focus on particular ones for a particular episode if you have a time limit. And this episode is 12 minutes long, so the fact that they even like tried to do things with like 6 out of the 8 main characters was already ambitious enough. I personally would prefer if they actually focused on fewer of them. Like, for example, the guy who went to the job interview, and maybe that would have come at the expense of some of the other interactions that we had.
I would have liked another setting. I would have liked another.
Well, the interview thing would have helped with that too. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Fine. So one, because the actors weren't carrying it, you focus on that a lot more. If the actors has had if it's like with the Quiet Night In episode, there are ways of making one location interesting. In fact, most plays get praised for like their artistic use of one situation of one room and one location are mostly done that way because of budget reasons. So they made it work, but it wasn't like a very like poetic thing in the first place. Just like they fixed the issues that they had, basically. Like Journey's End by R.C. Sheriff, for example, and that people study in English class. It's like, oh, it's all in this one location. Yeah, I wonder why that was. It's a play that came out right before the Great Depression started. What were you expecting to happen? Yeah. So I guess there's that. Yeah, there was it needed something to carry it, whether or not it was a more interesting storyline, more focused on like specific dynamics and like waiting for another episode to explore the others. A better delivery from the actors, a difference in setting. It needed one of those things, but unfortunately it had none of them, so it ends up feeling very empty. So yeah, I guess wasn't quite the inspiration that we need necessarily, but it was, it helped us a little bit in terms of that thing. But basically probably what not to do. As far as Oveq stuff goes, well, the Foxeline Queen definitely inspired us a lot more. So, and the more episodes of that, so we'll talk about those sometime in the future. But
we didn't work on that bridge thing we wrote.
Yes, but for now, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. If you've done so already, and on that note, until next time.
Farewell!